think he knows how rednecky that community is.
I know, we're all
how much
gonna
they want to
say.
shoot him.
I have a feeling that, I'm not saying it's going to work, but there may or may not be several assassination attempts.
Let me play this. Does this look like it was bred by middle-class businessmen?
Actually, to be fair though, you have pretty good teeth for a redneck.
That's true.
You know the weirdest thing is I have shitty teeth because I said fuck braces and all that shit. So,
No, you have them.
Oh, I have teeth. Good
I'm
point.
just saying.
I didn't even think of that. Good point. I'm not that redneck.
Apparently,
so.
guys, I'm a prime candidate for Invisalign.
Jesus
I'm just
Christ. Okay, funny story. Not my current job, but a job I had before. I do IT, if you don't know.
I think we're talking about it enough that where people better know.
I
For
was
everybody doesn't know, we all fucking do IT. There we go. Move on.
I was troubleshooting the CEO's calendar, and I had to load
This
it.
already sounds awful.
I had to load it up on my device to make sure it was working properly, the notifications and shit. About a week ago, I get a notification that says switch out Invisalign, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I've never had Invisalign, I've never had braces. That's why my fucking teeth are like, eh. But I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I go back through it, and I was like, oh. I wanted to text him and be like, how your teeth, homie?
Hey, remember to switch out your Invisalign. Also, I'm taking your EA's pay.
Yeah, right. So that was great. But anyways, Kim Jong Un. I'm really bad at this. I feel like he's just kind of asking for disaster, especially after everything going on.
Yeah, like he could not have picked a worse time. Like, guess who's visiting America?
Yeah, and I'm surprised he's allowed to.
Yeah, I honestly didn't think they were well, actually, to be fair, so, I think we touched on this very briefly. My girlfriend's dad lives in South Korea. No, she's not Korean. It's just a whole thing. White people move there. Get over it. So, he was telling us that...
Hey, if Korean people move here, I fear it's only...
We are allowed... Any of us, maybe not you, any of us as American citizens... are allowed to go to North Korea. It's South Koreans who aren't allowed to go to North Korea. But we can go there. It's fine. It's not like you need special permission or like you can travel there like you travel to anywhere else. It's South Koreans who can't go there. So the
Is it because they want our money?
Probably. But the reverse would make sense. If we can go there, he can come here.
Okay.
So, like, honestly, though, my gut reaction was like, we let him here? But then I thought about it, and I was like, oh, I guess we do.
Does that mean we're going to do what 5D does North Korea?
No.
I'm okay with that.
I won't even visit her dad in South Korea.
Why not? Like, this place is great.
What the fuck am I going to do in South Korea?
We're going to do a cast.
Game?
I can do that from my couch. I don't have to sit on a plane for 14 hours. I don't have to get weird food and go, what is this? And they go, yes. I don't have to do any of that. I can just sit.
Hold
I
on.
can Google map this shit.
Before we go on, why do you think North Koreans sound like goddamn Borat?
Because I don't know what they sound like, and it's the closest I got. You want me to do this? Yes! Is that better for you? For people who can't see, I squinted my eyes like a Chinaman. And yes, I'm using Chinaman.
He also decided to pull his eyes up to give that angular view.
Yeah, no, because it's different. What is it? Chinese is straight out, Japanese is slightly down. This is elementary school racism right here.
Yeah, this is what you give him the fucking playground.
Wow, this is...
So, well, the thing about this whole thing, he's coming to my town, is I'm a little bit worried that he's going to say, like, words of any kind, and somebody's going to shoot
gonna
him.
speak, and it's gonna ruin everything.
I mean, no, somebody's going to fucking shoot his ass, because,
To be
like...
fair, he didn't say he was coming to your town, just your county.
Yeah,
he may
but
not
you
even
know
be
what?
Grass Valley.
You know what? He's probably better off in Grass Valley, because people are more stoned there. If he goes to Placerville, he's fucked.
I will say, my
If he
little
goes to the Ridge, he's fucked.
my little brother, who is in the know on drugs in Grass Valley, has confirmed that heroin is the new big thing, so at least the people will be docile.
I like how you just implicated your brother on podcast.
I didn't
and
say
on a
why
live
he's
cast.
in the know. He just happens to be in the know about the drugs and the
Wait,
goings on
hasn't
of
that
Grass
asshole
Valley.
been arrested at least 6
Yeah,
times?
no, at this
last
point,
year?
he's on arrest number 7, and I'm not spoiling shit.
Right.
If they show up in court and like, your brother said, I'll be like, hey, at this point, you fucking knew, and they'll be like, yeah, we
Right,
know.
if you didn't know that, I'd be worried about you.
He just got arrested for his 6th time because the cop recognized him while
Shit.
passing him on the road and happened to know for a fact, oh, we took his license already.
Huh. I know that guy. Fuck that guy.
Like, no, seriously, passing him on the road, they went, oh, we can ruin this fucking guy's day. Like, it's I'm not fucking adding any fuel to this fire.
So talking about guys that are known.
Okay.
Not any of us. Okay, go on.
Yeah, anybody but us.
Second year running, and this is throwing a little bit of e-news, is Adam Sandler has made...
No, let's go with Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler has
Sandler.
made Forbes' top list of most overpaid actors.
I agree.
Wait, why is he
Second year in a row.
overpaid?
Because his movies are shit and he gets way too much money for them.
So, there is one thing you should know. If you notice, the last couple of movies he's done took place in Hawaii. Those movies were not originally set in Hawaii. He basically came out and said, yeah, if I'm going to do a movie, you're going to pay me to go on vacation in Hawaii.
And
so
pay
let's
me
just film in
and
Hawaii.
all my friends.
Yes. His crew, his family, they all roll with him to Hawaii because if he's doing a movie
Was that
nowadays,
50 First
he
Dates?
gets to go to Hawaii. 50 First Dates, one of the second Grown Ups movie, I think. And then there was the new him and Drew
There's a
Barrymore
second
movie.
one?
No.
Just don't even see it. The first one was okay. It squeaked by. It got the laughs and
Okay,
it works.
look.
The second one was a clear cash grab.
50 First Dates, because of one line, was absolutely hilarious.
No,
That
actually,
movie's
because
great.
the movie was good. I actually enjoyed it.
And oh, you bitch, you've broken my collar. Remember that? See? That was great. But anyways, other than that, I don't know the placing, but Johnny Depp was on the list.
I would disagree because Johnny Depp is like Will Smith to me. He's a talented actor who seems to take really shitty movies for some reason.
Alright.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
Ben Stiller.
Yeah, he's a little overpaid at this point.
So
Ben Stiller's kind of weird, though, because, like, I don't...
Ben Stiller plays the same character in everything.
Right.
Awkward Jewish kid.
So, what is it? Jonah Hill?
Is he Jewish?
I don't know, but look at him.
Oh no, he is, because they actually in 50 First
oh.
Dates they mentioned that there's only one character who isn't Jewish, and it's Martin Starr. No, it's shit. Which one of them isn't Jewish? It's the little Canadian kid, the one from How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
He's the only one who's not Jewish.
You know, that doesn't help me, because they're all animated in that movie.
The main character.
He's the only one who's in both.
He was in
Knocked Up and How to Train Your Dragon.
He was in the Magician's...
I haven't seen Knocked Up.
It was
just saying.
Oh, wait, the Magician's
Apprentice, yes.
By the way, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I love that movie. Nicolas Cage or not.
Wait.
No,
Is that also
this
with
is-
Christopher Eccleston?
This is the internet's eternal
those
debate.
weren't words.
Christopher Eccleston, wasn't he in that movie, too?
No, he was not.
What was the one that he was in? Because it's the same fucking style of title.
Magician's Apprentice.
National Treasure?
No, because there was
No, Eccleston-
Sorcerer's
Oh, are you
Apprentice
talking
and-
about the vampire one? The school with vampire... Nobody knows what you're talking about.
I'll have to fucking look it up. It's fine. Whatever. I thought it was Sorcerer's Apprentice, but I guess I'm wrong.
Sorcerer's Apprentice. There we go.
I don't remember him being in
Oh.
that movie, but I only saw it the once.
Well, because he's in one of those. Because there's like a couple movies that came out at the same time that had like this similar sort of names. It was that one and one other one, I think, and he might have.
There
been
was
the
one
other
about a kid who joins like a thing of traveling circus vampires or something, and it has
Oh, not the one I'm
that's
thinking
the
of.
vampire's assistant or apprentice, whatever. And it didn't have Eccleston. It had the guy who plays Dr.
Steve Brule.
Steve Brule.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Dr.
that.
Steve Brule.
Dude, I am terrible with names. How have you guys, after what were we, episode 54, how have you guys not realized I'm terrible with names?
54?
Well, it's probably because we're only on episode 52.
No.
Right.
There's at least 2 episodes that never made it.
No, those episodes still count.
We still counted those numbers
We
in
just
the lineup.
yes,
we
they
did.
have been
Ugh.
counted.
Okay,
There
my
was,
bad.
you know, Devin. By the way,
I love
fuck
you.
you for that. I'm just saying.
What the fuck did I do?
That was our E3 cast.
Oh yeah, that's
No,
I can't
sorry,
control
our
when
Comic-Con
things get
cast.
broken.
Comic-Con cast.
See, you don't even know which one it was.
No, I just think you know
Bullshit.
what? Fuck you. It's the same
Okay,
shit.
I just want to state for all of you guys who have been expecting, yearning, and wanting this, the Entourage movie trailer is out.
What the fuck is Entourage? Just saying.
Alright, so Entourage was an HBO show developed and produced by Mark Wahlberg.
I have to say, as much flack as the show caught, I actually really enjoyed
Season
the
1
show.
and 2 were great.
And apparently, we know a guy who went to school with the girl who supposedly tanked the show. After season 4 or 5, they brought on a new writer, and most people blamed the show going downhill on her. And me and Brooke,
down on her?
Me and Brooke did notice that the show really did take a very different tone after a season, and a friend of ours pointed out, yes, that's because of this girl I know. We went to school together. They weren't like good friends or anything, but he did know this girl and went to school with her, and it's her fault the show sucked.
Well,
and I will say, that was one of the most disappointing endings to a show I've seen in a long time.
That
really bad.
That,
it
sounds
lost
like
bad.
Like we knew a guy who knew a guy who blew a guy who whacked off a guy and he ruined the show.
We know one guy who knew a girl who ruined the show. It's 2 degrees.
As opposed to 7 degrees. By the way, take a drink, guys.
What the fuck have I been doing this whole time? It's
Dude,
almost
do we need
empty.
to show you the goddamn replay? Because we can do that now. Science!
Back this bitch up.
This is my second one. And this was this much vodka.
Your second one, pa.
Second one since we started. Fuck
That's
you.
true.
All of us. Okay, so
That's
honestly,
true.
hasn't all of us been drinking?
Haven't
all of us
Words!
Haven't all of us been drinking
Math
literally
is
all
hard,
day?
guys.
Literally all days.
The people in the
All
hotel
days.
next to us fucking hate us right now.
Oh, man.
I know, they're sitting there like, these guys are fuck beans.
Alright, okay. Last little bit of news
Yeah, give us
that
more.
I've got
Oh
for
god,
you guys.
is it really that
Yeah,
bad?
hold on. And the only reason I really wanted to mention this because of Teehee, is it was reported that Kanye West has a bigger wardrobe than Kim Kardashian. So
What?
hold on. This is the girl who sold like a shit ton of her wardrobe in that whole like the Philippines thing.
This is the bitch who was like, I've got a game where basically you give me money to get digital things that I wear. Yeah.
Yeah. Kanye West
Has a...
Kanye West, the self-proclaimed voice of our generation.
And Jesus.
And Jesus,
Excuse
if
me,
you
hold
didn't hear
on. It's Yeezus.
Jesus?
Because he thought nobody would fucking get it. Has more dresses than Kim Kardashian. That's what I...
Wait. It says more dresses?
Well, no, it doesn't say that, but that's what I inferred. I'm
Oh,
just saying.
Bigger wardrobe,
Bigger
means more
wardrobe
dresses.
than Kim
Gotcha.
Kardashian. Honestly, I didn't even read the fucking article. I just read the fucking...
You read the
I
hype.
read the fucking headline and I was like, bah! And that was about it. Also, the interview was released
Yeah.
Online.
streaming.
There's a few people-
Google and Netflix?
Google and
There's a few people that I have seen.
Xbox.
Google and Xbox, yes.
There were a few people that I know that, use their Twitter thinguses, and they were saying, hey, we watched this movie, and said some things about it, and I laughed, because then I realized that asshole is coming to my fucking sound.
Well, no, here's the best part. Movie was released. North Korea says nothing, and so far, and I guess knock on wood, unless
Wait,
it's real.
guys. We're in Vegas right now, so if major cities get fucking nuked, we're
To
fucked.
be fair, that road like 2 blocks up is totally blocked off by cops right now.
That's true. That is true.
So, guys, if we suddenly disappear with a big flash, it's because we got
No.
bombed.
Hold
Are
on.
we watching this movie right now?
Actually, to be fair, we have a shitty internet connection, so we may disappear a lot in between. If the cast goes off, if we're not back in an hour, call Domino's.
Yeah, Domino's, because we need food.
But
No, don't call Domino's. Call a decent pizza place.
Yeah, like any of the other ones that deliver.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get more booze.
Yeah, good man. We've all had to at least get one more, so, get more. Do we want to take this time, since we mentioned Vegas, to talk about Vegas?
Let's talk about Vegas.
All right.
Vegas is a city. There are lights.
A lot of fucking people, and
Hookers.
there are hookers. There's people that are like throwing cards at you, and I've refused to pick any of them up because I'm an asshole.
So by throwing cards, he does not mean playing cards. For anybody who's never been to Vegas, when you walk down the road, there are people who will hand you these lovely little cards with pictures of hookers you can call.
They're
But
not
I-
hookers.
I know a guy, and he told me that the hooker that's on the front of the card is not who will show up to your door.
I'm not
He's
surprised.
not a hooker.
Well, so she
She's
might
an
be
escort?
She might even be just a model.
They're technically strippers.
In case you didn't
Yeah,
realize,
a stripper who will fuck you for a little bit of extra money.
Well, that's her personal preference. That's not how they're advertised.
Either way, the point is, yeah, when you walk down the strip, there's like 7 dudes every like 2 feet. They're like gay and they're flicking
Steven
cars at
blew
you.
them all.
Oh,
Yeah, I
it's
blew
not
all
even,
of them.
It's not even that they flick it. They slap it against their hand to get your attention and literally will hold it right here in your face. That's...
I totally licked him, just so you guys know, because he put that hand in my fucking...
But I mean, no, they will
They
literally
will,
hold it
yeah.
here in
No,
your
and the
face.
funniest thing is, even if you got like a girlfriend on your arm, you're like cuddling up a little bit, like maybe talking all like intimate, they'll still be like, "You want this card so you can get some hookers?"
I just want to say that's the gayest thing you've ever said.
What?
Cuddled up, all intimate. We're
We're
having
having
a three-way.
cuddle moment.
Mm.
Cuddle
Yeah.
moment.
I hope you
Okay.
guys are watching that live because you probably won't see that ever again.
Ever.
I felt nipple on my hand and it was a little awkward.
I have to shower after this.
I touched at least one nipple. It was great.
He's not sorry.
I am not
Neither am
sorry.
I.
I never said that I was. I just said it was great.
So, who thinks they can recount the taxi cab story the best?
Not me.
Okay. I will try for it. All right. So we went to go see Tournament of Kings, and I'm
Which was
pointing at the
great.
camera.
Dragon!
Because we're all a bunch of assholes, we sat in the dragon section. The dragon never wins.
We played villain. We played villain.
And
We
we
were
sat
the
there the
villains.
whole time, and when the fucking pretty people that were supposed to be the heroes came up, we were like, boo!
We
fuck
yelled
you,
at all those
your mother
fuckers."
smells of elderberries. Just
Did you actually say that?
general
Where's
things.
your god now?
I did tell that asshole to walk away.
Actually, to be
You
fair
did.
though, I was surprised when the maiden came out. I was totally expecting you to be like, show me your tits.
I was on the edge, but I was
So,
trying my best not
Let's
to be
be
offensive.
fair. I told him that these people actually really enjoy it when you get into character because most people don't. His immediate reaction was, sweet, I'm going to slap the waitress on the ass and demand more grog. And I immediately had to backtrack and say, no, seriously, don't fucking do that. Do not fucking do
Right,
that.
because if you guys didn't realize this, I don't really have.
Apparently,
a lot of
getting
boundaries.
into character for him is very rapey.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not even
no,
rapey. No, hold on,
appropriate.
hold on.
So
I just don't have fucking boundaries, and when you. I mean,
No, see, that's called rapey.
I don't have boundaries. If I want to fuck a lady, she's getting it.
Hey,
Well-
wait.
All right, CeeLo, when is your
Yes,
show and can I
to
get
be
tickets?
fair.
Okay, it's tonight, and I will be passing out wonderful vitamins to everybody. And because
hold on.
I'm a huge fan of Mr. Cosby, so
I was
I
gonna
will
use
pass.
straight up chewels.
I am a huge fan of Cosby, so you will all get cappuccinos before we start.
What does Cosby have to do with cappuccinos?
Yeah, apparently that's how
So
they
that
claimed that.
one of the
yeah.
biggest stories that had to do with it was that he offered a woman a cappuccino and she barely had some of it, and she realized it was roofied, and so when she was leaving in the cabin, barely remembered it. Allegedly, whatever.
Oh, let me have my cappuccino. Does this smell like roofies to you?
Well, no, the point is he really persisted.
How
on
did
it,
she
you know?
realize it was roofies?
Hey, Steve.
Like, oh, I've been here before.
When you start going like, I can't.
Hey, Steve. Steve,
up?
does this smell like chloroform to you?
So, from what I've heard of roofies, there's no time to go like, oh, this might have been roofied.
Well, so-
you go from like, oh, this is a delicious cappuccino to where did that truck come from?
So I mean, the point is like, you
Actually, to be
also,
fair,
your hand is on my leg.
from what I understand, you go
All right, now it's
from
better.
"ooh, look nice cappuccino" to where did the last 24 hours go?
Yeah, like there's no time to go like, oh fuck, this tastes like a roofie.
well, it's more like let's say you're like, oh, I don't need a coffee. Whatever. I'm okay. And the guy's like, no. I insist. Let me get you a cappuccino. And you're like,
Also,
all right, fine.
cappuccino and roofie. Cappuccino should be like, oh, I'm feeling much better. Roofie's like, bro.
That's
No,
my point.
hold on.
She takes some sips of this shit and she starts to get kind of like loopy and like, wait, something's wrong. She's like, I gotta go home. I gotta
So
go home.
I don't know if
She
it was.
barely makes it to the fucking cab and shit, and basically ends up. And that's how the story goes. Like you can it's been recounted probably
No,
at
no.
least 6 times.
Here's my
The
question.
bottom line is that he was giving cappuccinos. We call them rapichinos.
But bottom line is, when Cosby talks about pudding pops, he's talking about rape.
It's your pudding he's popping.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
No.
motherfuckers.
So my
Anyways.
question is, wait. What? Where the fuck were these women getting these fucking cappuccinos? Like, it's
From Cosby.
well, yeah, obviously, but are you in a public? Is he giving you a fucking rappuccino in a Starbucks?
No, he was actually in his
Roofie
house.
colada.
Nice. He was actually in his house for this one. He had invited her over. She must have been like part of like a show or something. I don't know the exact story. I don't pay that much attention to this kind of news. All I know is that I saw the story, and she's one of the people that came forward first.
Okay, did he offer her Jello and ask her to come over to his house?
You know what's terrible, though, is these things tend to get blown out of proportion and actually end up falling out of court
I
because
heard that.
one person goes, look, rape. And whether it happened or not, 15 other people go like, oh, yeah, rape!
Right, I know.
Whether it's true or not, they all jump on this bandwagon, and it actually takes away from the ones that are legitimate.
All right.
I don't know how many people were actually legitimate.
Speaking
or whatever,
about
but
rape,
the point is, I think she's one of the first that came forward.
Really? Let's jump deeper into this fucking
Let's
rabbit
go
hole.
deeper into
Yes,
rape before we
let's
talk
do
about
this.
our cab driver.
So, Roman Polanski,
Who's that guy?
Yes.
director who was charged with sexual assault, I believe, of a minor.
Yeah, no, minor.
Okay,
In-
what did
I
he
think she was
do?
14
In
or some shit.
1977. Well, what did he do is, I believe, he screwed a young girl in the butt. Just putting it plainly.
What?
Yeah.
What
But
in the
anyways,
butt?
he's been trying for a number of years because what he did was, so he wouldn't get sentenced, he fled to another country that doesn't have extradition.
Yeah, Michael Jackson did the same shit.
Point is, he has been trying for years to get it dismissed because, happened years ago.
Hey, how much longer before that statute of limitations shit is up?
No, statute of limitations doesn't count if you've already been charged.
Oh, really?
Yes, which is why
I didn't know that, but maybe it's
they
interesting that
dismissed
you
his
did.
appeal case, and guess what? He still come back to the U.S. So, good note of rape. You see how I brought it up?
Okay, good man.
Lighter.
So, anyways, we were talking about something
Okay.
that's really important. Our
So-
cab driver, when we came back from our Tournament of Kings.
After Tournament of Kings, we get into a cab, and this is one of those cab drivers who. Older guy, you can barely understand what he's saying. Not because of an accent or race thing. He's just kind of old and he's been around a while,
Right.
so he's like, I kind of stutter.
To be fair, very Slavic.
Oh.
Yeah, he was
Well,
definitely Slavic. but
I
he was
wasn't gonna
cool.
go there, you Hitler bitch. But
What the fuck?
Hitler, guys, let's take a shot.
hell yeah, let's drink it.
I'm not
Ooh.
drinking to that. Fuck y'all.
Oh,
you get?
ooh.
I got face tapped. It was inappropriate.
I didn't really feel like slapping you full on.
I
Anyways,
appreciate that.
I figured.
anyways, he starts telling a story of how. So we're driving home, and it just so happens that some streets are closed because there are a lot of cops. We referred to it earlier.
yeah, there was a lot
Something
of
happened
cops.
nearby by a private airport. Not really sure what's going on. There were a lot of cops. Part of the street was closed.
Drug
so
deal, probably.
He makes a thank you for that.
Yeah.
Probably Mexicans were involved, right?
Yeah, you know what? Wait. Were you there somehow?
I was
Did
walking
you
by.
teleport? Oh my god. Anyways,
If I had
continue.
teleportation, buddy, you'd be fine.
I'd be fucked. You're right. Anyways,
Going on, moving on. We had this happen to drive by the Hooters restaurant, casino, hotel, casino.
Is it a hotel? Like
It's a hotel.
It is hotel
Okay.
casino.
Otherwise, it's one really big fucking restaurant.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, it's a 20-story restaurant.
You know what? I would.
I'm pretty sure it's not even that.
They employ everyone.
Yeah, if you're a woman who has tits, you're good. Continue.
Wow.
Actually, they can't do that anymore. Hooters has to employ men if they apply.
Really?
The men still have to wear the same uniform, but they are now allowed to apply.
I should work at a Hooters. I'm just
They
saying.
they were sued. The guy won because it said, "Hey, if he's willing to wear the uniform, you have to let him do that." Hooters said, "Yeah, right. If he wants to wear the uniform,
I
yeah, you
so
all right.
need to work at a Hooters. Anyways, continue.
All right, we're getting
the
off
story.
track here.
Yeah,
So-
we are. Drunk.
I just
saying.
happened to mention that I had read an article that it was like Hooters or Hustler had a hotel and it was closing down because it just wasn't getting enough business and they were closing down. And he misheard me and he was like, "Oh yeah, hookers." And you know, to be fair, I wasn't really gonna correct him because
fucking
Why?
hookers.
Who the
Right.
fuck cares?
And then he
Hookers.
starts telling a story. He goes, I had these guys in my car, and they
Older gentlemen. By the
older
way.
gentlemen.
They were older guys.
and you know
Older Asians. It's important in
yeah,
this case.
well, yes. Actually, I'm not sure if they were Asian. He was
Well,
like,
he was saying they were not.
No, he went on a rant about Asians before that.
Okay, I'm assuming because of the callback. that they
No.
probably were.
He didn't specify for
Well, he
this.
was talking about how they had
Yes,
whatever.
yes,
Anyways,
but not
continue.
for this particular
Whatever.
story.
It's good, it's
Anyways,
good.
older gentlemen, and they said, I would like to go to Hooters. And because it was such a new casino at the time, he didn't know what it was, that it was a thing yet, and he assumed, oh, they want to go see hookers.
Hookers are great, right, guys?
Yay! All right, moving on. Anyways,
It's only the reason why I have any company at night, guys.
so he took him to a place called the Green Door.
Yeah, which I've never heard of.
I never heard of it either.
never
Usually
heard of that.
I'm weirdly in the know about these things, and this is one where...
Right
Yeah.
over heads.
So, anyways, he's talking about the Green Door, and he takes him there, and then he goes off on this full rant. Well, not even a rant, but full-blown story about how he took 2 guests to the Green Door, which is apparently a hooker spot, and the girls came up full breasts out and started touching the old guys on the cheeks.
Oh,
going,
you guys look good. You know, you're
Oh, hey,
you're so
honey.
attractive. Oh, honey.
and the guys are like, is this Hooters? And he immediately just goes like, oh my god.
Shit.
I messed up. I am so sorry. You do not have to pay anything extra. I will drive you to the Hooters restaurant, and you know the fare is all good. But the older gentlemen were like, we don't know what this is, but we like what's going on. And we thought, oh, haha, fuck it, not colloquial, but funny story. That's where it ends. No, he kept going.
That was the best part.
He started talking when he goes,
You wish that shit ended.
right. He goes, Green Door. That's not even like where the best hookers are. You're talking like old girls. You're like they'll take you to a dark alley and gum you to death, missing teeth.
That line makes me laugh.
Oh
every
my god!
fucking time.
And we're sitting in the fucking cab and we're just like, wow. Okay, we're laughing. Of course, it's just one of those things. So, and it doesn't end there. He keeps going. And he goes, yeah, you know, one time. I was at one of those places, you know, one of those happy ending kind of places.
Yeah, you know,
And-
fucking, it's a place where you get a massage and then get fucked.
Well, he just said happy ending.
Same thing.
Not really. But
Fair enough. Continue.
anyways, he's talking about how one time there was this one particular girl, she happened to be Asian, and we know this because he was like, you know, she was Asian, she couldn't really understand me. And he asked her, he goes, oh, and he actually said, I was kind of hot that night.
Yeah, when he says hot, he means he was getting really horny.
Because he explained that later on.
He did, but I want to make sure that was important.
Very,
stated.
very...
He also immediately followed this story with a story about his wife. I'm just saying.
Which is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that was hilarious. But anyways, he goes, yeah, I was talking to the girl and I was like, oh, I bring customers all the time. How much would it cost for me? And she was like, $400. And I'm only imitating his accent.
Although, to be fair, he went $400 and held up 5 fingers. I'm just saying.
Well, but yeah.
You know, I didn't realize he held up
He held up 5 fingers.
That's great. I was watching ahead.
But anyways, so, and then he looks at her and he goes, what about 400 quarters, which is actually math?
I did the math immediately. I was like, 400 quarters. That is $100. That's still a pretty good fucking tip.
Well, to be fair though, she wanted to charge 400. He wanted to pay 100. That's a pretty hefty.
You know, honestly, if
discount.
you give me fucking $100, I'd be happy.
You would blow a dude for $100 there?
Well, do I know the guy?
Well, I don't know. He brings you customers all the time.
I probably know him then. In which case, fucking $100 is fine.
Okay, it is on the cast. It is recorded. Steve would do a guy he knew. He kept trying to bargain with her, and she was like, "Oh, I know, understand." Again, I'm just saying what he said.
That is literally his translation to her.
And then he went on this run on. He was like, "Look, I can go to a dark alley with some old lady. I don't care. She can gum me to death. I won't look."
That fucking line,
Yes.
just so good.
Yeah,
So,
gum me to death. And he used that phrase several times.
Oh,
He was a
yeah.
fan. He was a fan
Very
of
much
getting
a
gummed
fan.
to death. But, you know, thick fucking Russian accent, just... I don't know. But it was actually one of the better cab rides we've had in Vegas.
You know, the funniest thing about the